Alright, hey there guys, we're still in the woods for a little bit, but I don't know if you can tell over there, there's some snow starting to show up. It's snowing now. Yeah, I live in Canada, so it's gonna snow in October, which is actually normal. I was just hoping it wouldn't, because I'd be able to hang out in the woods a little bit longer, because it's horror movie month. Talk about horror movies in the woods. And speaking of woods, let's talk about one of the many horror movies I'll be reviewing, Cabin in the Woods. The Cabin in the Woods stars Kristen, Connolly, Chris Hemsworth, Anna Hutchison, Fran, Kranz, Jesse Williams, Richard Jenkins, and Bradley Whitford, and is written by Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard and directed by Drew Goddard. This came out the same year as Avengers, so Joss Whedon was busy. But actually I believe shut up! There's fucking birds. You see, they're going north or south, wherever they go south, because it's winter time. But this was 2010 they were making this. MGM ran out of money. This sat on the shelf a few years and it came out in 2012, I believe. And I think it was the same year they released that Red Dawn remake. So Chris Hemsworth was having a big year of movies that he made, got put on the shelf, and then eventually came out. Except one of them was shit. And this is the story of these 5 college friends that go out to a cabin in the woods to hang out, have a good time, and bad things happen. And how often have we seen that movie? How often does that shit happen? But there's a difference here. There's a twist. You know, it's a satire. It's clever. There's something going on here. There's manipulation. This whole idea is getting twisted around and turned on its head. And that's kind of the basic way to sum it up without spoiling everything. I've reviewed this movie once before. If you want to see the... Maybe not. I don't even remember if I spoiled it. It was right back when this first came out on like DVD or whatever. I rented it. And I was a young guy who didn't know how to do YouTube videos, but I was shocked and surprised by the movie. So if you want to see that version of a review, check that out. This time I'm just going to spoil it because I don't know how to dance around the movie and be like, it's really clever. There. It's a really clever movie. It's not that scary, but it's clever. It's satire. It's a comedy. That's how it succeeds. It's really good in that way. The acting's all good. That's basically the non-spoiler review. Ready for spoilers now? Because that's the only way I can talk about it. By the way, the sun is getting in my eyes. Can I move back like 2 feet? Just get behind that tree. There, now it's blocking out the sun. Okay, now come closer. To sum it up, non-spoilers, Cabin in the Woods is a pretty much goddamn genius, flip it on its head type movie. It's satire, it's horror. It just, look at all these conventions, look how stale and generic all these horror movies are. Slaps it in the face and throws it out. And it said, let's try something interesting. Let's be cool and unique by at least making a lot of jokes, doing cool shit you haven't seen before, having fun. So that's what this movie succeeds at. I keep hearing noises. Is there a fucking bear out there about to come eat me? Fucking Revenant's gonna happen all over again, except I'm not gonna crawl out and go for revenge, it's just I die. But that's why the movie's genius. It's great, it's really hilarious, funny, it's witty, it's clever, it's great. Well acted, everything. I like most of the characters. There you go. But now let's talk spoilers, because that's where all the cool stuff is, right? So we get all the actors, and it's like, okay, I like Chris Hemsworth, I like everyone, they're fine in their roles. They started, they're all like these sort of smart college kids, and then as they go to the cabin, we start realizing there's this whole office scenario, basically, the satire of just the bureaucracy of everything, and you learn more and more throughout the movie about these office people, the government or whatever, controlling everything. And so the college kids start falling into archetypes and stereotypes because of them, and they're influencing everything, which is really clever. Shit's going bad. Chris Hemsworth, we need to go, we need to work together, we need to get the Avengers. And then they're like, turn this on. He's like, we need to split up. It's like, little things like that are really good. And then you got Marty, played by Fran Kranz, who's the best part of this movie. He's so likable, he's so smart and funny. Just, like, I think of so many great lines, like right when these do that, we need to split up. Really? And then shit goes bad, and he's like, I'm on a reality TV show right now. My parents are gonna think I'm such a burnout. Like, he's got a lot of great lines. I hear the railroad's coming through real soon. Streets paved with actual street. Fucker. He's undoubtedly the best part. And the guy, I'll say this, if they ever want to do another live action Scooby-Doo, I think get this guy as Shaggy. Okay? He could be Shaggy. But everyone else is good too. They're fine. I like Chris Hemsworth. But like the office people, that's where I enjoy the characters even more. It's like, I like Richard Jenkins, I like Bradley Whitford. They're funny, likable, and even though you keep unraveling more and more, like, okay, should I or shouldn't I like them? It's just, they're enjoyable, and by the end of it, it's like, yeah, we should be rooting for them, considering where it goes, where it's like, they're trying to stop the end of the world by killing a couple college kids. Who gives a shit? We need to save the end of the world so these gods, a giant hand doesn't reach out from the earth and smash a camera, and then us. It's gonna come to us. It's gonna be bad. So in that way, we respect them. They're enjoyable, they're likable, but at the end of the day, it's like, god damn it, I like Marty too much, so I kind of want him to win too. And then it becomes kind of typical hillbillies in the woods, but it's still clever. It's like, it could have been anything. It could have been a merman, could have been a unicorn, werewolf, all these different things. They chose it. It's all the manipulation leads to it. So it is kind of basic hillbilly slasher killers, but that's also by design. And it's kind of poking fun at the fact that so much of it is the same generic shit you see before, slightly tweaked, so it could have been this killer, because that's what a lot of horror movies are. So the movie's really good. Satiring, parodying, making fun of this, and pointing out, it's pretty shitty. Let's try to be interesting. It's because of the underworld. It's all puppet mastered. All these different things add interest to it. And then when Marty, he doesn't die, it was a fake out, he takes her underground, and you see all the monsters, all the killers. That's where the genius is, because yeah, you could complain, and I honestly am a little bummed that they couldn't pull some like Who Framed Roger Rabbit magic, where they got Disney and Warner Brothers and all the cartoons together. Can you imagine if in this, when those elevators open and all the things are killing the government people, if Jason, Michael, Freddy were like all interacting, and imagine how great that'd be. Jason and Michael face to face, just kind of doing that thing where they're silent, they just cock their heads at each other and move on to go kill people. So much magic could have happened, but oh well. We got fucking werewolves, giant snakes, unicorns, mermen, killer clowns with knives, all these different monsters. There's an angry molesting tree in there somewhere, Evil Dead reference, but yeah, so that part is just magic. It was a fun movie, it was clever, enjoyable, but that was just like, oh, like that was the part that just solidified, this is a great movie. Yeah, a fucking unicorn eviscerates someone, it's amazing. So that's the genius of the movie. It's a great, clever satire comedy. It's not scary at all. The Buckners, not scary. It's a little, like, that's gross, like, oh, that's a disturbing, like, oh, they cut someone's head off and stuff, but at the same time, it's not scary. It's just, it's made to be comedic and funny, and that's why it's genius. That's why it succeeds. Cabin in the Woods is a great satire, clever comedy. I love it quite a bit. It's really enjoyable. The only real thing I have to complain about, like, oh, this could have improved the movie, is when we get to the end and it's like, it's all because the gods are gonna kill us. Whatever, that's a neat turn, but the thing of Sigourney Weaver shows up, one better, I'll give you one better. Make it Jamie Lee Curtis. That would have been genuinely genius. Because, by the way, the sun's in my eye still, so I'm trying to block it out with a tree. It's kind of bugging my eyes a little bit, even though it's just in general. Are my eyes cold? Is that a thing? If you're outside and it's cold, can that make your eyes be all like squinty? I don't know. I look like Clint Eastwood a bit of this video, don't I? But if it was Jamie Lee Curtis, because Jamie Lee Curtis is a scream queen. Halloween, prom night, she did like a lot of horror movies. So her, it would have been really good casting. Meanwhile, Sigourney Weaver is good and she does a good job. But Jamie Lee Curtis would have elevated a little bit and just fit a little bit better in my opinion. Aside from that, no real complaints. It's not scary. It was never going to be fucking scary. It's a comedy. It's meant to be funny. Horror comedy. High emphasis on comedy. I really enjoy Cabin in the Woods quite a bit. I would give it an A. I think it's a genius satire. Really clever. Really funny. Enjoyable. Love it. Love it quite a bit. So comment below. Tell me your thoughts on Cabin in the Woods. Maybe there's one person that didn't like it. Maybe. I don't fucking know how. But comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.